good evening, good morning, or I suppose good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pixel Plays Final Fantasy XIV. In our last mission, we made peace with Ramu and the Sylphs in the forests of Gridania. And, we logged out back there expecting to push a little further, but the game apparently defaults you into a main city if you leave yourself in the wilderness. Or there's a server reset, I don't know. But I woke up in Ul'dah, which works out fine since our next story is to go continue the quest with the gladiators and heroes. So thank you very much for that, and we'll be getting going in just a moment here. Just double checking that everything sounds the way it should. Hopefully everyone's having a good Sunday. 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 Hopefully everyone's... You know what? Of course, it never works well when you try to monitor Twitch off your own computer, so hold please for 1 second. I'm running solo for a little bit here until folks join us. So I just want to make sure that everything is going the way it should. So bear with me for just a moment. Alright, I hear fans. And my volume's right. And now to check this. Yep. Everything seems good. So, let's get started. Sorry about that. See, the only flaw here is that there's a manual volume on my headset. So, far too often I click something and I don't know exactly what's going on here. For those of you who saw, we have a new festival going on. I haven't really had a chance to explore festivals yet, but kind of in the future plans with Kitsu, and I'll probably have to go back and check things out once I know she's awake and has joined us. Simply because I know Halloween is a big thing, and they look like they've taken those bomb monsters and done something interesting with them. So we'll swing by there later on. At the latest, before we leave Ul'dah. Good morning, Kitsu. I know I'm waking you up early for our normal schedule, but thank you. I always appreciate. We have Halloween in Final Fantasy. I'll have to go show you in a little bit. Also, bear with the game. I don't know if it's Ul'dah or whatever, being busy or what, but everything's been a little bit slow to load in here. As you can tell from the fact that I have a bunch of PCs. There we go. Good morning, Mila. Sariel is extremely upset. Damn it all to the 7th hell. This is madness. It's Aldous. He's been arrested by the Brass Blades. They claim he was plotting to assassinate the Sultana. This is utter nonsense. He has no motive to do so, and whatever I said about the man, he never resorts to using poison. The Alakran must be behind this. They've failed to kill him time and time again, so now they're reaching into their monetarist allies. I didn't want to believe Wyman when he said that they had such influence, but... Wait, that's it! If anyone can help us unravel this plot, it's Wyman. He has a reputation for knowing things he shouldn't, after all. Find Wyman, see what he can tell us. Aldous is many things, but he's not a murderer. I hope to. I haven't really had a chance to see what the awards are or what the behavior is, so... Make sure... Yeah, we're going in the right direction, so I'll be able to swing by Halloween real quick. but we'll be curious to get your take on it, being the Halloween expert, Miss Kitsuin. There we go. There's our big sort of pumpkin. It's a bomb monster. Not sure if it's better or worse than the Cactuar, but it's definitely cute. And I give them props for actually doing like the full jack-o'-lantern out of an existing monster. On the one hand, you know, that means they had the asset already, but on the other hand, they had to add all that ribbing for the paper mache and the lantern aspect of it, so good on them. Alright, now to find Wymond. It's funny if he has purpose in the story, because honestly, it seems like he's there at the beginning to tell you how to go to the inn, and then he never talks to you again. I was wondering when he might come along, Amajin. Frankly, I'm surprised all just went so quietly. He ought to know there's no walking away from this. What happened 7 years ago? You really don't know? Well, best I start at the beginning then. Aldous is something of an enigma. He and Leavold were two of the greatest gladiators ever to grace the Blood Sands. But he threw all that hard-fought glory away for a few Gilmore. See, the average Uldan loves a good Colosseum fight, and what better way to make a gladiatorial spectacle more entertaining than wagering on the outcome? So when it got out that Aldous was orchestrating a match-fixing scheme to unfold proportions, well, you can imagine the anger the people felt. He was expelled from the Colosseum. All his winnings were stricken from the record. Your guildmaster Mila got the worst of it, though. Not only was her friend exposed as a fraud, but around the same time her father fell ill and passed away. There was some oddity surrounding his death, too. It was rumored he took his own life out of shame for his disgraced pupil. Or he might have even been murdered by the man. Baseless conjecture, really, but it made Aldous look that much worse. By the end, Mila lost the two most important men in her life. Was forced to take charge of the guild by herself, and Leavold? He tried to go it solo in the Blood Sands, but it wasn't the same. Without Aldous, his career was finished. Now you know the nature of man you so desperately want to save. Though judging the looks in your eyes, I gather you still got your reservations. Fine then, though you can't blame me for doubting a man found in possession of Ragia's bile. It's a vile poison, expensive too. Only the Corpse Brigade knows how to make it. The gods only knows why they'd give it to Aldous. Could go to their headquarters in the Sepulchre and ask him direct, I reckon. I have an aversion to direct confrontation personally, but you don't, do you? By the by, you should save that poor bastard's life. Tell him we're even, and that I hope it was all worth it. I don't have a path for that, so off we go. Oh, we want to go there. Okay. Sapphire Avenue Exchange exit is the closest one to where we're going. Hello, Red Mage Quest. Someday. Meantime, it's time to head all the way over there. Okay. Oh wait, I have a chocobo. What am I doing? Much faster. Okay, a place we have not been before. Hello. I don't know where the actual quest is. Oh, it's literally in here. Okay. Well, we wanted to get this crystal anyway if we're going to be out here. Have the city built in the caves, or in the caverns. I kind of want to see this taken a step further. Like, I want to see them build stuff the way, like, Isle cities are described in Final Fantasy. Or in not Final Fantasy, in Wheel of Time. I can talk. Okay, so we are heading further out. I'm looking at the map. Sometimes that stuff's not quite as clear as it could be. Like, it's there on the map, but if you happen to not enlarge it right or notice differing shades of red easily, it kind of gets a little off. Which is funny, because now that I've noticed it there, it's like standing out to me repetitively. And this is going to be an all dead end that we can't get out of, isn't it? Alright. Back the way we came. There we go. Seems both a smart idea and a bad idea to only have one or two exits out of a place like that. Have to be curious what happens when it rains. Look, angry people! You guys are just angry because I beat up God. You'll be fine. And then big golems. Wow, we're just having all kinds of fun today, aren't we? Thankfully, so far I have not angered anything. I don't know if that'll continue. But thankfully, nothing can see. Brass blades, seek help. Alright, where's he at? Pardon me. Yes. That is one hiccup. The game needs to let us hop off our mount by hitting the button instead of manually click to dismount and then we can start fighting. But if we trade the chocobo for the coral kitty, I think we're good. Sit up on the mountain. I want to help, but I don't see the fight in question. Okay, I'm now running full circle, so I don't believe it's up the mountain. Is there an underground section I didn't see? He's gonna be dead in a minute, so guess it's not something for me to worry about. Wait, there's an underground? Okay, I guess I'm looking for a passage down? That's a dungeon. Okay, map shows a gap there. So I somehow just managed to run past it, which, it happens. Alright. Now I'm really curious about if this is just coincidental in the naming, or if this is deliberate, but the Corpse Brigade, as a lore piece here, is from Final Fantasy XIV. Not Final Fantasy XIV, we're playing that. Final Fantasy Tactics. It's the not really villain, like the anti-villain, bad guys in Chapter 1 of Final Fantasy Tactics. They're the ones that you're hunting down as like a young noble and trading. There's our way in. And ooh, there's a lot of them in here. Alright. Let's shield you and drag you back out. I think this will go bad if I just go in. So yeah, it's a group of soldiers that were loyal to the thrones and the nobles, and then, from what I remember, because it's been years, the nobles didn't pay them, and they understandably took offense to that. Screw it. Let's see if I can handle this. But they took offense to that and essentially started a rebellion. And you regrettably put them down, although their leader manages to back off, and then he comes back as arguably the nastiest boss fight in the game, because you end up having to fight him with your main character. And then he turns into a giant monster, but he's a lot easier at that point because he's not a holy knight. Okay, this is starting to get a little hairy. Okay, trying not to die here, because I don't really want to have to repeat running all the way up from... I think I'm in Gridani right now, actually, so that would be bad. Just take out everyone. On one hand, you're helping, so yay. On the other hand, you just kind of aggroed someone else. Cool. Thank you, everyone. Alright. So I did not die. Yay! And then it got worse. I hope this isn't because, like, I clicked it so it just doubled the monsters. important thing here is that this is a open area, so I'm not having my skills limited the way some of the dungeons are. I'll admit there's been some hiccuping there when you're like, okay, now I'm in a dungeon. I can't do my third combo piece. So we have members of the Alacran here. I wonder if that means anything. Okay, we got that. Now I just need to find the poison. Something tells me it's right there. And now we find hostile presences. Could go down already, thank you. So I can come over here and help the other dude. Okay, he didn't need help because his chocobo beat up people. I definitely need to figure out how to set that up. This goes to Cardania. We don't want to go to Cardania. We want to go back to... Hold on, the steps annulled. And then we'll go back to helping the Sylphs, which we were in the middle of doing. But for better or worse, the game teleported us here, so. Wrong way. Going to the gladiators. It is in no way, shape, or form a complaint, but I find it amusing that you cannot use mounts in the city propers. The logic being chocobos don't like overly crowded areas. Like, I don't mind. I imagine it actually makes it less of a griefing thing. The fact that, okay, we're here and people can't overload. But actually makes me wonder if it's from what happened to Asmund, because I could have sworn he was in Limsa when that was happening. Where have you been, Amagine? Aldous has been given over into custody of the Sacrarium. They mean to execute him. We must do something. Well, I found these nifty things. This poison is... You've proof the Alacran purchased it from the Corpse Brigade. Thank gods you've done it. Quickly, we must go show this to the official presiding over his execution. Go. It's out there? Oh, alright. Oh, in that case, let's go to Camp Tribune. Heading out there, essentially. Okay. Yes, and a side note, I learned something. Ooh, you can make the map bigger. Means you don't have to try and squint in a little section. always a fun thing when you discover some random quality of life that wasn't mentioned or you didn't realize they put in. Just like the fact that I haven't done it yet, but you can move all of this stuff around. So like eventually my shield gauge is not going to be out in the open here. It's going to be down in the corner or something. But that's not as immediately urgent a thing in my mind. It's just a, oh, that's awesome. This is a very big area. And I'm going down there, huh? Okay. Well, yeah, I don't really know how much good I'm going to do in this particular moment. And let's, again, with the mount. Few experience points, nothing major. Wait, there's another one here? Or just restarted? Sure. Always happy to help fight a bunch of bandits. That's kind of an interesting thing about that combo I noticed is that it's not, you know, 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 with the damage rolling in. It's you do the entire animation and then it just slams. Like here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, nothing happened, and then suddenly he's almost dead. Is it bad? I almost feel bad for hurting these things after helping the one, but I mean, they're the bad guys, they're attacking. Maybe they have reasons. Well, they might, but, you know, they're literally assaulting us, so... Come here. No, you're not stealing stuff. Yay, that one will give me 3,000. Alright. Okay, it's over there. I'm like, I don't see the ramp down. Wow, it's just going. Alright. I wonder if that's a glitch or if that's just how it's planned. It's like this fate will grow non-stop for a while. But really? What we do is just kick him off the... The Sanctuarium has sentenced you to death for crimes against the Sultanate. Have you any last... Huh? Who are you and what do you want? He's innocent. Okay, cool. A level sync above me. That's been unseen for a while. These are bold accusations you make, adventurer. However, the Sanctuarium has found the prisoner guilty in the eyes of gods and men. He will be executed forthwith. Don't waste your breath, Amagine. The scales have always yielded to wealth above all else, and Leavold spent a fortune to secure my sentence. Silence, criminal. What are you waiting for? Do it. Where did Aldous... I'm messing up. Just couldn't stay away, could you? Well, at least I don't have to steal the headsman's axe. If the gods are to have blood this day, I'm afraid it won't be mine. Since you two are so devout, perhaps you'd be willing to offer yours in exchange? Mercy! Interfering with the law is a heinous crime. In fact, I believe it's punishable by death. I had a feeling the spectacle would draw you here. I should have dealt with you from the start. Come and let's dance, brother. So it's to be a rematch. Very well. I accept. Mila and the others need you, Amaji. Leave him to me. Not sure how I feel about the fact that this really does feel like you're the secondary character. I don't have a problem with it, I just find it funny. We got more coming. Yeah. I'm going to assume I'm supposed to get to this fight. Yep, you seem like a bad guy. You seem like you're dead. Okay, maybe he wasn't quite as dangerous as I thought he was. We're not having two mages just blasting at me in the back. Hey, come back here. First one. I've dealt with a lot of mages. Nope, this is a side note. That's one thing, I don't blame it, it's actually a very cool visual, but it makes it very difficult sometimes, is the fact that, that these are all side battles that are just happening. They're not part of the, I can talk, the fight itself. Wait, what? Where do you come from? Alright, I guess we're fighting the big monster. And we're not doing that. There you are, you were hidden. Hello, little Gigiria, or whatever your name is. How are you doing? I'm going to stab you to death now. I have to wonder if the rest of them are just story. Like, the health goes down to 100%, because she seems really low, but at the same time she's level mystery. I'll just nobody else is in. I get one of these swords, right? You almost had me, Leopold. Stay back, I won't have your pity. You just have to have it all, don't you? Just one victory. Just one bloody match. But your precious ego couldn't accept that. You ruined everything. Tell me, Aldous, how does it feel to lose your name, your legacy, everything you ever loved? I want to know how much you suffered. Let it go, Leopold, it's over. Like hell as it is, I swear you will never know peace, not in this life or the next. Leopold. You know damn well neither of us will see Thal's realm. Let's go, our comrades are waiting. Speak of the Gladiators Guild. Back home we go. Melancholy sound going on. I don't think Ola had this steady song. I'm glad you were there, Majin. Without you, I don't know if we could have defeated the Alacran. Have you ever considered the Colosseum? You'd make a wonderful attraction. Of course, you need a title that befits your prowess. Now that it's all over, you'll be staying, won't you? No. Leopold may be dead, but the Alacran are far from finished. I'd rather not linger and give them a chance to regroup and seek revenge. It is a true tragedy I cannot enjoy the company of Uldar's lovely ladies any longer. But I have faith that equally radiant beauties await me in distant lands. Wow, you're a dick. I'll decide. Not another word, my dear. It's bad enough that the First Sword has permitted a disgraced gladiator to fraternize with her subordinates. Can you imagine the scandal if she became personally involved with the man? Nevertheless, I understand how you feel, Mia. I've known to have this effect on the fairer sex. I should have let the headsman have his way with you. You might learn something of humility. Aw, but how am I supposed to remember the lesson without a head? Your father would be proud of you, Mila. Don't ever change. Oh yes, there's one more thing I wanted to say before I go, Aubergine. 7 years ago, before my last match in the Blood Sands, I was given an offer. A sultan's ransom in exchange for a loss. Leopold begged and pleaded, but I just couldn't do it. Call it honor or pride or whatever you like. I made my choice, and in spite of all that came with it, to this day I don't have regrets. It's a simple thing, knowing what's right. Listen to your heart and it will never lead you astray. Trust in your comrades, have faith in your skills, and you'll triumph. And with that, I bid you farewell. I'd better not have to wait 7 years to see that bastard again. There's still so much Well, the 7 hills that you're looking at, this is a training hall. Why aren't you training? You think all it takes to stand in the blood sands is a sword and a stupid grin? It takes years of hard work and an ocean of blood and sweat, and an unbreakable will, and every man and woman here has the potential to become a champion. But it is you and you alone that decide your destiny. So answer me now, gladiators. Will you follow in the footsteps of your brothers and sisters and inscribe your name in legend? Sure. Really? I don't even get that cool sword. I get a Makaweedle again? Alright. These are feet, not legs, so I guess we'll go with this. We are never going to be free of the green leg armor that lets me not wear boots. Nope. Frostbite's actually better, so we're keeping the sword. Both worse. Someday I'll be able to put on pants. Good to know that one's better. Although I didn't mind the other shields, so I just want something unique and interesting. Okay. Haha. What do we have here? I want you to share exciting news. Oh, there you are, Imogene. Perfect timing. I've just heard a juicy bit of gossip I know you're going to be interested in. Apparently, and remember you heard it from me first, the Sultan's sworn elite are sharing the secret skills and training of paladins. Incredible, I know. The Sultan's Sword have an exclusive monopoly on the instruction of paladin skills. Once upon a time, if you weren't one of those officer track elites, then you had no chance to learn it. Competition to get that top spot is very fierce, let me tell you. But anyone who joined had to swear an oath of fealty to the Uldan Sultanate, which meant no more adventuring, no more daring do, and no more Colosseum. Just sitting around the palace all day, polishing plate mail. That's why this news is so big. Now anyone with a bit of commitment can learn the skills. No memorizing the 55 commandments of the Swan or any of the other nonsense either. This is gold. No, it's a platinum opportunity that comes but once in a lucky adventurer's lifetime. Let this slip through your fingers and you'll regret. And regret will be your just desserts. You need to go to the Royal Promenade in the Hustings Strip. Find the captain of the Sultan's Sword Elite, Jenlin's his name, and tell him how you're just dying to become a paladin. Well, I mean, I am, so... Chamber of Rule. I guess I don't know if dying to become a paladin, but Paladin and Dark Knight are the classes I want for this character, so kind of walking the path of Cecil a little bit. Ah, yes, I'm Gemlins, member of the Sultan's Sworn Elite and servant to the Uldan Sultanate. Unless my instincts deceive me, you've come to be inquiring about training as a paladin? If so, I'd have your name, good sir. Imogene Cullen. Imogene's a fine name. I bid you welcome and salute your noble resolve. But if you aspire to paladinhood, you should understand what it means. A paladin swears allegiance to the Sultanate, and a paladin shall be the sword and shield of the Sultanate. A paladin defends the people of the realm. Sellswords and gladiators and others of their ilk wield their blades for themselves. but a paladin serves a greater good. Do you understand me? The battle arts of a paladin learns are been held secret, nurtured and perfected within our ranks for 600 years. And of all those sworn to protect the Sultanate, the soldiers, the mounted guards, and the knights, we are the elite of the elite. Our conviction unwavering, our hearts true, and our sword skills without peer. But the glory of the Sultan's Swan, well, much of it's buried in the past now. Our brotherhood goes smaller by the year, and we're a shadow of what we once were. And the Sultana turns to sell swords to defend her palace. All this because one traitor, no, because of a blot of dishonor left by one who shall not be named. And because of him we've been forced to seek the help of able-bodied adventurers. And here you are. We shall instruct you in the paladin military arts. You will not be inducted into the Sword and Swan, but serve as a free paladin. However, first you will show us both your sword and your heart have metal, and you are worthy of the honor. In the ruins south of Little Alamigo, you will find an iron brazier. Light it, and the undead nearby will be drawn to the flame. Slay these monsters and give their hearts to the fire. Return and present me their ashes as proof of your deed. Now, would-be paladin, show me your metal in your heart and steel in your blade. Back to the place we were just at. I guess not just at, but... headed south. I will be curious when and how you hunt other mounts. Don't mind me, just trying to not fight everything right away. Jump into a fight, and again, forget that I cannot leap off my foot. Let's see what I have to fight. Oh look, I broke 1,000 hit points. So far 2 of the guys we've already fought our way in here. That's not too bad. Trying not to waste special attacks. Oh, I accidentally used both. I'm like, did my shield get stronger and I didn't realize it? Wandering mage, huh? I don't know, the Wandering Mage is easier than the Lancers. Okay, I automatically pick it up. I'm like, do I need to grab something, or... If you are in this place searching the undead, then you must be a petitioner, seeking the secrets of the paladin arts. Let's go into a deeper voice. It's close to emotions, but make no mistake, learning the paladin swordplay does not make you a paladin, nor does the armor you wear or the status you claim. I am just another aging free paladin, but you would do well to heed my counsel. Strike off the shackles that bind your spirit, lift the visor that blinds, and find the true path of the paladin. Here, you will be returning to the captain, yes? Give him this crystal. The way you use the sword reminds me of a man I used to know. Mine eyes may be old, but they can see the truth well enough. Be a paladin strong and true. Devote yourself to the way and become a beacon of light. I'm curious, is that supposed to be the one that's in the first scene? Like one of the original heroes that almost got wiped out? And because he looks kind of like an older version of that. And is that crystal important? I mean, obviously for this plot it will be, but I'm curious if it's like gonna tie into the ones we've been collecting. Because it seemed like we had 6 spots. And we got Ramu, Ifrit, and Hidalin. And then we know there's Garuda, Shiva, and Titan left. So I think that's all 6, but maybe like your job crystals somehow important. Face the undead monsters who infest the ruins south of Little Amigo and defeat them, return with proof. Yeah, I got it. There you go. Yes, that's what I needed. Proof that you defeated the undead. You have shown that your heart is true and your sword has metal. I have no doubt you will prove to be an attentive pupil. That is well, for there is much to learn. But first and foremost, you are a paladin now, a custodian of traditions ancient and noble. A free paladin may have no master. Instead, you will travel the land, and in every place take up the cause of the unarmed and the defenseless. You swear fealty not to a lord, but to yourself. You are nobility amongst adventurers. Aww. You have taken your first steps on a new path, and you have earned the right to bear this. It's the soul of the paladin. Upon its surface are carved the deeds of paladins of eras past. He who bears it commands the respect of all knights of honor. Bahamut's Fang, you already possess a crystal, and you say it was given to you by an unknown free paladin who told you to hand it to me. Where's this crystal you speak? Curse him, he has made a mockery of this trial. The crystal you bear is indeed the soul of a paladin, but it's a disgraced and impure. It was stolen from the Sultan Swan. The man who gave this soul to you is the very traitor whom I have been seeking these many moons. He is an oathbreaker who bent the knee to the Uldan Sultanate, and who swore allegiance to the Sultan Swan, but then single-handedly sullied our name and trampled it underfoot until it was lost, perhaps forever. How dare he give counsel of honor to a paladin? This soul is polluted, and I must dispose of it. When you come to wield your sword as a paladin, the only soul you may wear... Blah, I can talk. The only soul you can wear is that which is bestowed by the captain of the Sultan Swan. That traitor is no Sultan Swan, still less a captain. By giving you a soul, he insulted not only the Brotherhood, but you too. Perhaps an adventurer like yourself finds rules nothing more than a nuisance, but though reigns long and short, our forebears in the Sultan Swan have preserved its rituals and traditions, and we are duty-bound to uphold them, even if the men and women in the ranks scorn them as relics. It has been my fate to be named captain of the Sultan Swan in these troubled times. Though I did not ask for the honor, I have bent my knee to the Sultanate and sworn fealty. I will fight to restore the honor and name. You wield a skilled blade, and more importantly, you have met the traitor face to face. Your great task as a paladin will be to bring him to justice. You must ready yourself, marshal your resources, and hone your skills until the time comes when you are able to discharge your duty. The journey will be long, but you're a paladin now, and honor binds you as surely as an oath. The next paladin quest will be available at level 35. Spirits Within is an attack that deals potency 100, and potency increases as your HP is closer to maximum. Yay, Paladin unlocked. Does that do anything? Is there anything cool visual? Oh. Okay, you have obtained a soul crystal. Soul crystals are required to change your current class to a more specialized job. Each job has its own crystal, which can be equipped via armory chest. Okay, so that's in my equipment. While using a job, you'll have limited access to actions for other classes. You will, however, have access to new job-specific actions. Job level and attribute bonuses coincide with the space class. Alright. So, it's my class has gone up. Not, that doesn't seem... Interesting. So currently I'm a level, so it just says Paladin here. Alright. But yeah, that's cool. Gladiator. Put the crystal on, and now you're a Paladin. Alright. So it doesn't really seem to do much other than... Did it just change my bars completely? Yes, it did. It counts as a separate class. I have to... Okay, I have to reprogram this real quick. Don't mind me. Just going to be fixing that. First things first, unlock it so I can fix it. Chocobo, teleport. Don't need you. Combo 1, combo 2. Oh no. You go over here for a minute. Alright, Fast Blade. This combos off Riot Blade. Where is... This combos off Riot Blade. Shield throw goes here. Total Eclipse is the spin. Okay, that's the spin. Sorry, bear with me as I relearn how to do all this. I'm going to set you over here for a second. Stun, increase my damage. Okay, I think that'll be good for now, and then let me get my potions back down here. And turn my thing back on. I don't know why it keeps being turned off. Alright, so I'm now a paladin. I look exactly the same. And now let's get back to Little Gridania and that quest we were on. Not Little Gridania, New Gridania. Supposed to be doing a lookout on East Solus. I have to wonder if they could have handled the jobs a little differently. Like, I imagine it'll be more impactful with unlocking other things. You know, like once you unlock a brand new job that you've never dealt with before. But it's just like... Where do I want to go? Hawthorne Hut. But I don't know, it's just the fact that it was from Gladiator to Paladin and it doesn't seem like anything really happened. It's like, okay. I am me, and I learned a new skill. So maybe it'll feel a little more interesting when I Dark Knight or Red Mage, and it's like, you take this crystal and you become something new. Okay, good. I'm like, make sure I'm in the right place. I've come back. I know we were in the middle of a storyline, but the game decided I had to go somewhere else. Don't mind me, all the sylphs. Click. Oh, it wants me to stand. Okay. Hopefully this is close enough. Literally, I look around. Okay, do I need to like stand on this specific spot? Okay, I literally had to stand on the specific spot. Like, I'm trying. Alright, so these are the tempered sylphs, the ones that serve Ramu. They're tempered sylphs in the distance, and you do not sense that they pose a danger if you just leave them alone. Okay, but alright. And now all the way back to Gridania. Makes me wish I had just done the last little bit at the end of the last stream. So the problem is you never know when, like, you know, in this particular case, that last quest was literally just going and checking something. But you never know when the quest is going to be click this and read a little cutscene, or click this and go into an hour-and-a-half dungeon. Hello, I found out Robin's not going to kill us all. Ah, Private Colin, how did your meeting with the Sylphs go? A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire to conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramu. And so long as we leave the tempered ones alone, we don't need to fear any aggression from them. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures. And in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done a great service, Private Cullen. It will not be forgotten. Alright, mental note, we're definitely going to go down there. Because that looks interesting. But let's go ahead and grab this quest so I don't have to run back. I say hello. The commander has more to say. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. There be a thought of being at war with them pain the Elder Seedseer. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely find a way to reverse the tempering of process. Once again, I thank you. Had the silence of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Please come back to the Waking Sands. Hello, Amagine. Can you hear me? It's I, Minfilia. Ida and Papolino turned some while ago, and they wasted no time regaling me with the tale of your exploits. They left me? Thanks in large part to you, in the name of our one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of present situations in person. But I'm gonna go do whatever this little feisty chocobo thing is, because it's here. And, yeah, I don't want to accidentally... I get the feeling... Like, here's your main quest, but I get the feeling these ones are required to in some level. Because they've always been showing me my class quest, and, like, this is a new little chocobo one. Oh, shut up. Me need to go to the water? Nope. I don't see anyone in danger. That was a very big dragon. It's a bad. I almost wish there was a sprint here. I'm curious if there's a way to upgrade your speed. I'm definitely faster, so like no fault there. It's faster than I'm pretty sure the sprint is. Okay. Is there a crystal here anywhere? Oh, there's a crystal where I'm going. Cool. Alright, so we're heading to Camp Tranquil. Disorderly adventure, huh? This, I think, is going to be the one sad part about working on alts and stuff like that, is I'm going to be used to a mount and then not have it again for a while. On the bright side, I have noticed, because as you may or may not have noticed, I kind of burned out a little bit on all the side quests. Like, some of them were really cool, like that Silver Bazaar thing. I'm actually going to check it out and see if it keeps going or if it comes back up again. That seemed nifty. But, like, a lot of the side quests I stopped doing, and I still stayed ahead of the curve for the most part. And so I'm kind of curious if the experience is set so, like, if you just get through some side quests at the beginning, if you'll just hold yourself steady with the story. Dawson appears to have caught sight of something. The unmistakable smell of chocobo clings to you, adventurer. Would I be correct in assuming that you own your own trusty seed? I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle-trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Liquelot over at Branch Meadows. I just came from there. The Ishgardian native is something of a prodigy in all matters concerning our fine feathered friends. He should be able to help you gain a greater affinity with your bird. I came all the way south to be told to go back up to where I just was. Pardon me? I remember you. I helped find your egg. Greetings, adventurer. Is there something you need? Ah, you wish to have your chocobo trained in combat? This is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing. Asking it to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help you train your chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Very well. To begin, you'll need a bunch of Gishel greens. You have my leave to pick from the fields yonder. Paternal, you have it. Attacked by marmots. Having flashbacks to a certain expansion. Have you acquired the greens? Yes, I have. Here you go. Superb. Then we should get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but chocobos are highly fond of these. They love the leafy vegetables so much, in fact, that they will completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird the greens, you can prevail upon it to fight beside you. And then, once called, it will be up to you to direct its actions as you see fit. You will find that your chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order, and it will act accordingly to the best of its ability. This is a simple yet effective methodology was developed by the Fortemps, one of the foremost houses of Ishgard. And that concludes our lesson. Of course, it's not enough merely to hear about a practice. One must venture forth and attempt it. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of Gishal greens, and together make your way to Sorrel Haven. The brood Zees that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them in return. And lastly, by way of advice, I would recommend you keep an ample supply of the greens on your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as much as you can carry. In addition to riding him, you can also summon your chocobo to fight with you. To do so, you will require a bunch of Gishel greens. This is chocobo favor can be purchased in stores. To summon your chocobo, simply use the greens. As a rule, chocobos can only fight in the same place which they can be ridden, so don't expect the faithful seed to follow you into dungeons or... Yeah, alright. Okay, so let's see here. We're looking for a merchant. I'm going to assume it's this guy over here, because I don't know why it would be a special extra shop or anything. Nope. You are not a merchant. Alright, Can I buy from you? Alright, I've got them. I don't really see a place to shop for more. Yeah. I've got enough to do the fight it wants me to do, so I will take care of that, and I have to imagine it's not just here that you can buy them, because that's... Well, that's asking for a lot. But I imagine a little bit will help. Summon a battle, your chocobo will run with you for 30 minutes of Earth time. Or until he suffers injuries enough to make him flee. Give your companion orders. Use the action command located under orders in the action. To order your chocobo to auto attack, simply select free stance. You can dismiss your companion anytime. Alright, so it's in my actions and traits. Orders. I'm gonna go with... I don't know how often I'm gonna use this, but I'm gonna go with making your, you taking free stance. And let's go take this. Seems to be going fast. There's another one. As you earn your chocobo rank increases, you will earn skill points. These can be used to acquire new specific commands. Alright, so it sounds like essentially your bird can be trained into a fairly massive companion for solo stuff. But it's all optional, so that's good. But I kind of like... I don't know how often I'm going to use it just because of the setup. Like, I was kind of hoping it would be like, here's your companion that you can only use for soloing. And instead it's, go buy a bunch of stuff as a gold sink, and that'll summon the bird for half an hour at a time. And it's like, I don't know how often I'll use it when it's something you have to constantly refresh and spend resources on. Depends on how fast it is. It'll probably be useful like whenever I get around to leveling up any lower level classes again. Because like, I know the red mage pops in at 50, so cool. But, you know, what happens when I decide I want a bard or I want a dragoon or something like that? Is it going to be grinding out from level 1. So maybe at that point it'll be like, yeah, let's go buy a bunch of Gishel greens and have the chocobo come keep us alive. So you've successfully negotiated your first few battles, have you? Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring fighting with your companion? Your chocobo can make up for your shortcomings or build upon your strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the two of you might complement one another. Though some experimentation, you will come to find the approach that serves you best. Before I forget, one last parting gift, a saddlebag for your chocobo. Carrying Gishel greens can be quite cumbersome after all, and there should be sufficient room in your personal belongings should you need arise. I pray it serves you well. You can now access your chocobo's saddlebag. The supplementary storage window can be accessed by selecting the saddlebag under the character's main menu. Saddlebag for your chocobo is now available. Spacious sack can be used to supplement your normal storage. Cannot be opened in dungeons. But it's its own separate thing. Okay. Oh, okay. That's cool. All right. So once this actually fills up, I'll want to shift it over. But essentially, we have here's a big old open inventory space for all your crafting stuff. Cool. Alright, now we have to go back to the Waking Sands. Next stop, Horizon. One of these days I'm going to have to actually take a peek at the other features. Maybe I'll actually find time this week to, between streams, to actually look into the crafting and look into the retainers thing that we got offered, which apparently is a cool little side note. I admit I did go check out the player housing option. It's not quite as nice as I thought it would be, but it's something I'll definitely look into eventually. But it's going to take a lot of grinding. because essentially there were apartments and there were houses. All of them required you to be a captain, I think it was, or maybe it was just a lieutenant in the company you're part of. And as you guys saw from the other day, that was a massive grind. But beyond all that, there's a limited number. So it's not like they just make more space as players come along. There's a finite amount of space, and you have to wait for somebody to become available. And on that note, it's been about not quite an hour and a half, but I'm going to go ahead and take a very brief break before we dive back in, and I'll return in just a moment. And welcome back, everyone. Sorry for that very brief break, but heard some doors opening. I just need to check to make sure that the household waking didn't need any assistance or anything. But from here, we'll head into the Waking Sands. Or, we're already there. We're into the inner sanctum of the Waking Sands. I was supposed to speak to Todder way back in the first room. Alright, back we go. That time it was my fault. I'm so used to run over to Menphilia and see what she has to say next. I didn't realize that it was like, no, go talk to Tiba. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure. Welcome back, Amajin. Lady Menphilia awaits you in the Solar, please enter at your leisure. Why? Hello, Alphanod. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved. I fear resolved seeks a permanence we cannot claim. Yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. There are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but as Alice say well, I feel that if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't. Nor have I, alas. Alice has chosen to walk her own path. Stubborn girl. But you may rest assured our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldashin report will serve you well. He seems like such a nicer kid in the trailers I've seen. I take it we can proceed as discussed. Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. Good to see you again, Amajin. Yeah, he's like not set up as a bad guy, he's just set up to be annoying. I don't get it. I
have been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted, and truly, you have done the Scions proud.
With that, we can strike Rabu off the list.
So what's next? The Sahagan? Leviathan?
The Lord of the Whirl has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagan remain aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call their god forth. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least.
For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent.
It is as Y'shtola says. Unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when the next prime will return to plague. Thus being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows.
Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long. You may depend upon it.
Indeed, so, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with...
Gridania. Garuda, who's the primal of the Ixal that live near Gridania. That's what I meant. So many realms to cover. Would there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys? Were he still with us, we would not long have waited for a more practical solution.
She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief?
But one short step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seedseers. I bid you all a moment's respite. You've earned it.
So you made me cross a continent to tell me congratulations, go take a break.
Okay, now they're all gone, here's a real mission.
I was joking.
Is there something else, machine? Beg pardon? A man named La Brea, sporting a red mask, robed in black? 'Twas preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Askians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their secrecy now? We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Brea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I tried to Eek!
I regret that I've never learned to do the screams and rages and stuff.
Tataru. A sylph and Thenelin. At long last, this one finds walking one Amazine. This one's most dependable of these ones is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one's called Noctraxia. This one comes as friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Noraxia.
Ah, Imogene, I pray not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I am pondering how best to proceed. Kind of curious why these are all... Like, what cutscene or what event is going to happen that these all need to be sequenced away from each other instead of just a big open room.
Yes, Tataru is as ready to express his fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Amajin, drawn to the hopes that shines within people like you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Askians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight, it's not good. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Askian known as La Brea. This is an ideal moment to do so while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Askians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded for the effort that they have information of a potential sighting. This is intelligence we cannot ignore. Go speak with the Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Uldar to inquire further. How you go about the investigation, I leave to you. But whatever you do, never forget we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe.
And back to Uldar. I have to again say, although I'm repeating myself from earlier streams, I'm liking the pace. Like it's a little slow here and there, and a little fast here and there, but that's all games. Nothing's ever going to perfectly fit your mood at the moment. But like I know the level cap's 80, and I'm not feeling rushed. I'm not like, ooh, I feel like I'm missing out on a bunch to get there. Like the plot's moving, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm fine at 32 now. So that's kind of cool that it's like an actual even pace. The Master Man, you come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Midphilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near the eastern Thanlin. A brass blade stationed at High Bridge described him in detail when he alerted us to a suspicious activity. I would have you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kirin. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folks are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow always starved for customers, and he's no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or mind to spend it. Alright. And then we're back to Hyatt to Tribone. I'm very happy about the teleporting crystals. Even if it is costing money, it's very nice to not have to like, alright, let's run across the entire map. That man has a duck. That is awesome. At some point I'll look forward to playing an Arcane. It's just, I always like pet classes. It's funny, I almost never play them in depth, and I never keep them, but I always like having the option there and being able to mess around with it. So I'm curious if there's any explanation about this, or if there are more than one place, because
This is desert, and it has it. But I happened to rewatch the early trailers, and like the trailer for A Realm Reborn shows the heroes that survived the Battle of Cardinal coming out of the woods and seeing this type of thing. Look at the Highbridge adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? Not sure if I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of my many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two. Hihibaru wants to help you find Oliveria, probably. When the Order of Nardthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would return to a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the neon-less Breezeman raids, folks are too afraid to come here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do any good though. Not for a business to survive. I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you could browse my wares, spend a bit of coin, help a struggling merchant. The masked man? I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go ask the other merchants. You know, I can't help but notice that I would be willing to look at your wares, but you do not appear to have any, nor do I have the ability to... However, tell the masked evil. Seems he's appearing only around Highbridge, but elsewhere. I left folk who reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of imagination, but we don't know much otherwise. I just realized when I dismount my chocobo still following me for whatever the 30 minutes that lasts. That's cool. I figured it would like abandon once I'd moved around and stuff. On the trail of a masked man? Aye, I heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It said he was a black hooded robe, and looks right suspicious, and that's all I can say. Wasn't that useful of you? Have I seen a masked man in a dark robe? No, I haven't. Nor do I wish to. I don't need shady characters lurking around my business. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of the Kieran raids. None of the most devout pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. I was here just the other day, fighting a murderer. Judging by your expression, you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just... things are tough for us at the moment, and the raids are constant and organized, and I'm beginning to suspect someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most people do. But that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Finally got some honest-to-God's information on the masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising on the cliffs over Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there and find a masked man, your masked man I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kieran appeared, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That sound
reliable information, if I do say so myself. Well worth lingering about. Oh, that way. Okay, I'm looking for a place and I'm not seeing it. But I misread how the map was set up, so I need to go all the way out. A bumble beetle, huh? Right colors, not the right markings, though. So I'm kind of curious when the sprout thing falls off. Is it tied to your main quest, or is it... Oh, why not? I'll be nice. Apparently our animals are not smart enough to get out of the cave. Thankfully, I wonder if you can heal. Like, I don't have any heal spells, but if I was excited, could I? A little bit slower than I was supposed to be. On the bright side, at least it only brought me to like level 31, so I only lost one level instead of, Here, we're gonna take away a bunch of your skills you have. Yay, now let's go burn a coal and get jumped again. Alright. Let's burn this. I think if I still have a chocobo here, I can beat up people. I sense a hostile presence. Is it you? Okay. So I'm like, I don't see a threat. Okay, so I don't have to do anything else. Alright. Real quick. There we go, sir. Right. Now I'm gonna head back. My weirdly shaped sword. My bull shield. I'll be curious one if you can start actually lighting gear up so it matches and looks like a set. Like, I don't know if I want like the Sultan sword set, but I would like It's a paladin. I'd like a set of like the cool plate mail that. You guys have this. Hello, Hihibara.
Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues about your masked man?
No.
This scroll, it bears a prayer to Ralga the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralga is the guardian deity of Valmigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager every last gill that your assailant was Alamegan. Seems like this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess the merchant and me envy such a diverse network. The self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take care of things nice and slow here at High Ridge? The Alamegan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man. So it stands to reason that if you want to pack the trail again, you should head towards Little Alamigo over in southern Banlin. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is a favored destination for those refugees who couldn't adapt to life in Ordar. The hearts of denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. So be prepared for not so warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much help she will be, but it just so happens that I have a daughter who has relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged to you if you could send my love. Not a day goes by I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped you would linger here a while, call some friends, spend some coin, what have you. But somebody tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you your best. Off we go. Headed out to go talk to someone out more on the outskirts. Yeah, Hihira, how you doing? Why yes, Hihira was my father. He said what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him, it's just that... I'm sorry, I shouldn't even bother you with family matters. But I'm grateful to you for delivering the message. Now, what brings you here? A masked man. I'm afraid that description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I'd recommend speaking to Gunnabald first, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders.
Hello. I'm here to be a pest until I get what I want. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. I'm Abajin. I'm here searching for an Askian. Looking for a master villain, you say? And why should we help you? Because I'm not going away until you do. We struggle enough without having to answer to the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. How about no? I'm going to stay here and keep investigating until I get what I want. And there's not really a lot you can do to stop me. Well met, adventurer. I'm Giswet, head security here at Little Amigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gunnabald. Knowing the thirsty old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men can get so much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can. And you seem a decent sort.
If you tell me what's brought you here, might be that I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for Al-Majah in the Sapphire. If there's been any suspicious activity, they've seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thalan tea as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all more than willing to tell you what they know. How does that keep going? Alright, so all of it's going to be south of ways, no problem. Okay, there's gotta be an exit for this place. Who the hell's are you? I'm trying to conserve energy, so leave me alone. Brought you the tea. Well, you should consider it. My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain hiding among the refugees? Probably. Your compatriots that live here go through about their dread and defeat. I can talk. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their mind. For all I know, they're all up to no good. That's the spirit. You there. Are you Al-Majah? No? Then carry on. Oh, this sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I've had a drop of sweet vanillin. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark scaly skins and 10 forms tall and has the face of a lizard, I don't give him a musfat. All these useful people. Shoo, don't bother me. If the Al-Majah will run us, I'm blaming you. For me, you shouldn't have. Sorry. A suspicious masked man. As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Couldn't quite make it out as a man or not, with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assume he was one of them. Back to town. We know you're in here. Come out. Ah, you're back. Did my lookouts have all to share with you? Doesn't sound like much to go by. If you'll get any further in your investigation, it seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust. That's not easy. So you're determined to press on with this investigation, and then I have a little bit of advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without their trust. And the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does a lot of talking in Oldar, but Almegans are bound by something stronger. Not as tangible. It's a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundabald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Yeah, let's go back to the Waking Sands. If you know any well-connected people, go ask them. It's like, well, if I... Alright.
We do a lot of running here. Still don't get why there's no crystal in this town. Seriously, there should be a big crystal right there where that statue is. Oh, start clicking this. Hello, Thacker, don't mind me. Why don't you get out there and help? You know this place. You help me with the other thing.
Welcome back, Amajin. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all they have suffered, it's little wonder they don't have faith in their fellow man. They've had the homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have to have seen it remain in enemy clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states had the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live in the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would there more could be done to ease their hardships? But I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it so happens that an Alamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you.
Okay, you know what? It's the exact same, it's just green from blue, so I'm not going to do that. Guess money it is.
Your Alamegan comrade is named Harabat. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no efforts towards that endeavor, I have no doubts that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall, he's currently between missions. Try checking the storage area.
Yeah, that's the other humor point. It's like, okay, there's like 12 of us and we're always busy. Good luck hunting down people. Wait, is that... It is! Excuse me, lad, this might sound strange, but you haven't by chance seen a fellow who looks exactly like me. I'm looking for my twin brothers, see? And I'm here, they might be coming through here. They could be dead for all I know. At least it feels like I've been chasing a ghost for eternity now. Alright, which one was Brement? Obviously not the one I met, because otherwise he'd be like, hey, it's you. So it's not 3 different people, or the same person in 3 different areas. It's... Ooh, a vendor. Alright. First things first, check my gear, make sure I'm not equipped with anything unequipped with something I shouldn't be. I want to keep one. Nope. Nope. Not selling that. Oh wait. Yeah, we're selling those ones, we're not selling that. Alright. Let's get rid of my excess. Sell the reward stuff. We don't want to sell that stuff, but where's the armor checks? We don't need 2 purple swords. Oh, we can donate these to... Alright, so yeah, I don't want to sell that. Apparently later on you can donate gear to your army. So for that reason, I'll set that there, because this stuff doesn't really sell for a lot. Wait, this is 2? Oh, because I bumped that one. Nope, we'll save that too. Alright. Alright, and what do you have in stock? You have random stuff I don't really need. Alright. Yep, might as well repair all your stuff. I haven't had it come up yet, but just in case. We have a fairly big group in here. Alright. Hello, sir. You have fabulous hair. You are Johnny Bravo, apparently. Oh, if it isn't a machine. I can't do a Johnny Bravo voice. Oh, the science rising star. Yes. Nah, I can't do it. Is there else I can do for you? You wish the trust of the people of Little Alamigo. That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help you, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Resistance, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. And though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains the same, liberation of Alamigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda. She's a resident in Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her and she won't lead you astray. Okay. Let's go back to the forest. A lot of running all over the place for this, which I guess is sort of logical, but at the same time it's like, this doesn't help immersion, it just makes it take a while. I go through, is this a swamp at this point? Okay, looks like we're going over and up and over. Pardon me. And no, I don't think I'll be killing you, poor little bird. I think I'll let you live and go on my own way. This is it in. Always pay attention to your maps before running into a giant crocodile frog pond. Thankfully, they're not hostile. Dakubaba. Who's this, Zelda? First things first, to tune the place so I don't have to run back. Second thing second, talk to this person.
Hey, you want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Why the hell should I do that? Give me one reason. Harabat sent you. Worthless whole son, he abandons his comrades, his woman. Now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? That's incredible. I mean, just... I realize he only thought he was doing what was right. He's a good man. And if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. But you see that bloke there? That's Mefford. He's a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need.
Of course he needs help. Yay. I am Mefford, proud man of the Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer?
Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wound's gone infested and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time.
God damn it, I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, and they refused to lift a finger. These quarry mill cravens will turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to our braider. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize you scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. I can do that. Talk to her. Go talk to him. Go talk to her.
One of Mefford's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, there's naught I can do. I want to help, I do, but that'd mean going against the elementals' will. I've been a Horimill long enough to know right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if anyone gets banished because of me.
I missed that one. Darn it. If there's anyone that could help you, it would be such and such over here. So we're going to go speak to Charlene.
You wish to aid the Alamegans? You possess a kind heart and adventure, but I'm afraid I have not authority to grant your wish. The authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the 12 Woods. All outsiders, be they babes at breast or men grown, are judged at night. Judged of a night whether they may be placed beneath our boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be.
I kind of want to quit the military now. Side note, bard player, dressed like Mario, playing Near and Far from Titanic. Alright, I kind of want to quit the Twin Adder. Can I switch companies now? They're Mr. We don't tell people because the elementals told us no. That's how it's to bloody be then? Oh, bloody hell, might as well kill Galleon himself. Spit on the elementals and the bloody will. Cannot wait for the resistance to be free of this place. I led my men to Quarry Mill in hopes of finding refuge, and instead we found indifference. Cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough, but the problem is some of the mine aren't fit to travel. Else Galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I've no choice but to turn to you. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy for purging poison. If you'd bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd be forever in your debt. Oh good, I'm like, please tell me I don't have to go back to... Let me guess, I'm gonna piss off the elementals. Our question is, does it give me one or two? Only one. So I'm like, well, they have 2 horns. Then I guess it says slay them for their horns, 1 of 4. So technically that'd be me misunderstanding, not the game being wonky. Alright, one more. So I can't help but notice the timer says half an hour again. Curious if does every time I jump around, does it reset or add time? My Chocobo's lasted a while and I have not given him any extra greens. Hello, I brought you horns. You're back. Tell me you've got 4 horns on you. I've got 8. You're a godsend adventure. Praise Raga, there's at least one man in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find or prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buskrin, would you? Yes, I do. Some comrades of mine told me about him once. Said he never turns away folks in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he'd like to have tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him and then ground them down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Farman here. Is it right there? Huh. Did not even think about that. Alright. Heading back over to Buskrin. It's funny, some of these distractions and these distances seem like they'd want to move me for phasing, but I haven't seen any sign that the game's doing phasing. I mean, obviously certain scenes only happen or whatever, but they're cutscenes, so it seems. Ah, Majin. Ever a sight for sore eyes? How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow? You got something for me. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down for medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll just give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I'm no stranger to the remedy. An Alamegan old friend once used it to treat my festering wound years ago. Safe to say he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Alamegan, soldier in Quarry Mill. So it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod that needs it. Oh, don't worry your little head about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Now we must go all the way back to get the medicine. Don't see any sign that it's going on, so. Rule of thumb, if I see players struggling, I'll help, but didn't really see that. Saw a carbuncle smacking things. Are we still going? I will definitely have to research that bard stuff, because that might be fun just for the heck of it. It is well to see you returned. Have you the medicine for our brother? God bless you, adventurer. I'll see the galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It's been a terrible burden on him trying to keep everyone alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Yeah, I'm level 33. Now we have a missing adventure. A galleon's gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's likely to deteriorate before, or worse. We need to help find him. And quickly. Start by asking operator. Finally, it's about time you came ask about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago. He left me this sealed letter before he went off, made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear the burden any longer. That's why I must leave you all. Do not worry, just find your way safely to little Almigo. Blast it, would have known that's what he was thinking. I'll stop this folly myself. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is strong. He's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the woods in this weakened state is suicide. Let me go tell him, and then I can go look for him. Out in the wilds alone? That fool! My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something happens. Yep, where am I going? Okay. I'm coming, strange person I don't know, but I've done a lot for. Watch out! It's a goblin. Good for it. That should be enough for that. Hello, man. How you doing? Galleon. Captain, but you should all be on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Alamegans. Alamegans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, gods damn it? The oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Alamegan soil again, together or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Then let us return to our brothers, and don't even think you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, you'll give you such a thorough flashing, you'll wish we didn't find you. I can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I'll see you back at Quarry Mill. Mm-hmm. Back to Quarry Mill. Can we continue the actual plot yet? Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take the road again. As much as I dislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall you wanted something. You've proven a friend of my people. Ask me anything and it's yours so long as I can do it. Cooperation to people, little amigo, that's all. Yeah, far be it to me to question your desires, of course, but very well. I'll provide you this letter to show Gundabald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I have no doubt he'll help you. Thank you. Off I go. Little old amigo, where to go? There we go. Yeah, hopefully befriended some people. Why have you returned? You're not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. You spoke with Meffred. It has been a long time since I've heard from him. I had feared him dead. 'Twas bephrased. Whoever you are, Meffred sees you as a friend, and any friend of Meffred's a friend of mine. I know this masked stranger you seek, and I will tell you what I can. Look, actual gear improvement. An outsider resembling your masked stranger was reported been appearing near Little Amigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question them about their tryst, but they're not likely to yield information to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may feel obliged to talk. Hold please, folks. Alright. Oh, they're all right over here. Okay, cool. Waldo, tell me what you know. A masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Okay. Gundabald sent you? Listen, I told them it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing a masked man and... Oh, you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you start with that? You can't throw an old bear's name around like that and expect me not to think anything of it. I answered in chat, Kitsu. So we'll be wrapping up round 3 here probably, give or take, 2 or 3 minutes depending on middle cutscene stuff. But push it as far as we can towards moving the story, so that way the next stream continues a better story. What? Have I been meeting a masked man? Let me see. Nope, can't say I have. But I'll show it to all my friends you're looking for him. Great. There's a bunch skulking about right suspicious like, but I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and that's trouble. Alright, so I'm gonna go report back that I talked to them, and clearly is a bad guy, just like we already knew. Can we finish this silly quest chain before 3 o'clock? Find out now, because it's 2:53. So, you've indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That's troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it burned in me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled El Amigo. Not to do would depose him and usher in revolution. Well, we got a revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize we'd been dancing for the Empire's tomb, and by the time we did, El Amigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient, and now is such a time. Though the young ones know this not. Unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly.
If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. Stickers and potions, we use those. And now talk to a different person. Hey, adventurer, you done talking with the old bear? I've got a message from you from Wilfred. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundabald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over in the craggy area north of here. Alright, so we're gonna head over there. And that'll probably be where we wrap up. See what they have to say for us and what they want to say. Can't imagine this is actually a conversation. I imagine this is a we're going to get jumped and attempted to murder us, but you know, that always goes well for bad guys. Hello, giant snake lizards. Thankfully, they apparently do not want to fight me. Or at least don't see me as worthwhile. Alright. We got 5 minutes, sir. How are you going to betray me? Thanks for coming, friend. Just no ordinary outsider can gain trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping around? Did the Empire send you, or someone else? Curl got your tongue, No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get him! Yep, that figured. Hello, your friend's dead. Oh, he's just watching. You think he'd like help, but then of course you might kill him first. Hi. You feel stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us or beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and we'll reclaim our homeland. Oh. Okay. Love it when they're always like, "You're working for the enemy." No, not that I know of. Can you talk to me for about 30 seconds here, and we'll sort this out? No. All right, but 4 minutes should give us enough time to run on over there, talk to Gundabald, and then we'll wrap it up for next time. So that'll leave us in the inn space, which I believe helps our experience gain. Enter the sanctuary, good. Attacked by Wilfred and his cronies. Not they would go to such lengths for your sake as... Left to their own devices, the young fools will like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put a stop to this madness. Well, gee, now I wish I had, Well, I asked for plate mail. You know, I wish I had the option to take the helmet off. I also wish I accepted the blue leggings that matched these, but oh well. Keep these in the corner because they're worth something. Keep this because it is a hat. Alright, is this going to start a sync quest, or is this... Alright, Gundabald needs help to rein in the young ones. Well, let me go. We're going to watch this cutscene, and then we're going to wrap it up, folks. Wilrin mentioned something. Obtaining power to bring down the Empire. What power could he be speaking? Gundabald, Bertiliana, God's preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the Corpse Brigade came. They took me to their hideout and they... Yep, we're skipping past that. Is it wrong to dream of hope? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong. I swear to you, those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wilred, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend her, but in the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear they did something stupid. Alright. So that's a lovely thing there, and we'll wrap up that and continue Tuesday. Try to get back on our study schedule of Tuesdays and Thursdays. But we'll continue to investigate the plight of little Alamigo and see if we can't stop a bunch of young kids from doing stupid stuff that'll get themselves killed. Thank you all for joining me, though, and I'll see you Tuesday for more Final Fantasy XIV. Take it easy, guys.